My name is Marlon Goldberg, and I am the owner of Workshop 5001. I grew up, most of my childhood in Bridgehampton, and we used to have the Bridgehampton racetrack. I wasn't into the beach. We lived right by the beach, so my parents wanted to go and hang out at the ocean or whatever, and I didn't want to go. They dumped me at the track. I would always know when Porsche Club was at the track, because you'd come into town on a Friday night to go to dinner and the streets would be lined with different types of Porsches, and they'd have little stickers in the window with their number for their club racing, and every car that ran at the bridge, you knew it had run there because the whole front was sandblasted and had rock chips. And now anytime people ask me about clear brawling their car and rock chips, I'm like, no, rock chips are cool. Yeah. We wanted the shop and the way that the shop was restored and presented to sort of be reflective of our approach to, everything, to how we did our building, how we're going to do clients' cars. We just want to use the best materials, mix modern and vintage, and so it's sort of, I guess you could say, it reflects the ethos of everything we do. Build number 7 is a 1990 964. It was a car that our client had sort of personal attachment to. It had been his father's car, and my father has a 964. There was this sort of emotional aspect for me as well, that these cars become family heirlooms. They're significant in relationships within a family. They're like pets. They're like a family member.
The 964 that just left, finally, it's gone. That came to us as, what would you call it, a resto mod? Somebody had taken a 964 and backdated the bumpers and did some funky stuff, and the client, which we've already done another car for, wanted it turned back into a 964.
We kind of had to take it back to zero, which was to accurately recreate the 964 chassis, which had, basically had been butchered. We were able to do that using, our Celette bench. We have 2 Celette benches. We do all our metal and structural work in-house. I kind of look at it, it's like building a house. If you have a bad foundation, the whole house is bad. So from day one, I really felt it was necessary that the metalwork was something that we controlled in-house. I built the engine to 3.8 liter spec, 102 millimeter pistons and cylinders, all Molle Motorsport parts. They're the thick wall, 109 millimeter spigots, so we machined the crankcase to accept an RSR style O-ring. So there's a lot of preparation that goes into the crankcase.
All the oil systems BMRS, which is what I've used my entire career in racing. It's the gold standard of all fluid plumbing. I don't know of anything that anybody in professional motorsports even considers aside from them.
The throttles are unique for all the engines that I build now. I've spent a lot of time over the last few years working closely with Kinsler. What Kinsler offers us is that each kit we build is unique to the motor. These are not shelf kits where it's one size fits all and we just order it and put it on the engine. They are the highest end possible throttle body that you can put on any type of racing or performance engine. The goal was to make it, to the untrained eye, look like a basically stock and original 964. That building hot rods that are understated, certainly what I like, it's what our clients like, it's unique in the market.
The interior you immediately recognize as the 964, but the materials, the finish, the way it's all put together is totally different. My favorite part about that car is the plumbing for the brake system, something that nobody's ever going to see because most of it is incorporated underneath the car, and to 90% of the public who look at it, it just looks like a brake line that comes out of a caliper and disappears somewhere underneath the body. You have a crazy amount of lines going to bulkhead fittings coming from a master cylinder with pressure sensors coming off of it, and you wonder why the heck are there pressure sensors on this thing all of a sudden? And then you start to piece it together. And if you know what you're looking at, it's pretty cool.
I think it really is the same for all 964s. That to me, they were this sort of perfect era for the 911. So I now kind of cringe at the concept of backdating them because they're such a special part of 911 history, and you can enhance them without compromising their overall integrity.